All right. I hope everybody can hear me okay. This is Kimberly. I just wanted to say thank you for joining us. And everybody, please mute your screen until it's your time to speak. After everybody here is spoken or given a story, then we'll go onto the Zoom and let people on Zoom share a story. So my mom left us. It's a set of numbers I'll never forget. While thinking of that, I'll think of John 3:16 and always remember it. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. And my mother loved God and had a very strong faith. She knew where she stood with her faith, and it made it clear to us. My mom wanted this time to be a time of celebration. And while we're devastated that she's no longer with us, she's rejoicing without pain in heaven. So my mom was an amazingly strong woman, as all of y'all know. She was stubborn, sweet, funny, and the list could go on. She was loved by so many people, and I thank every one of you who showed her that on the regular and showed her that daily. I'd like to give everyone the opportunity to share a memory that they have with my mother. That would like to, I ask that one person at a time speak, and that they keep it 2 to 3 minutes so that we'll have time for all to share who would like to. We'll begin with those who are here at the memorial. If anyone would like to come and share a story, they can come up here to that with microphone. Does anybody here have anything that they would like to say?
You know me, I'm always going to talk.
All right. So if you will introduce yourself, since the audience cannot see who you are whenever you tell a story.
Where you going?
Just next to the thing.
Okay.
Next to it.
I'm Andy Montgomery. A lot of people don't know me, but I was her boyfriend for about 8-9 months. The easiest person to get along with. Well, we hit it off. Trying to become family. But anyhow, the only thing I got to say about it is she took me at face value. She didn't try to change me. Y'all see how I look. And I love that woman. I love the whole family. What I got to say.
Hi, I'm Wanda. I'm her aide. I was her aide for about a year. And I remember the day I went in there, she was feisty. You know, I just laughed along with her, you know, and everything. And before I left that day, I said, you know what? I really like you. She said, I like you too, Miss Wanda. And we've just been perfect ever since, you know, and oh my gosh, she's stubborn though. She's a very stubborn lady, but you know, I loved her in that little short of time. And I'm just so sorry y'all have to go through this. The only person I ever met was Kim, but I did see Brian on FaceTime. So, Clyda, you're Clyda. Yeah, she told me so much about the family, you know, and everything. I was only there for 2.5 hours, but those 2.5 hours seemed like we were just sitting around talking all day. She was indeed a wonderful lady. And I'm the one that introduced her to Andy because she was talking one day and
My picture is right.
I know someone perfect.
Yes.
Y'all sound just alike, you know, and I knew when she got to talking with Andy, you know, she was happy, you know, and And I thought, she said, oh, Miss Wanda, I'm so glad you introduced me to him. I said, well, I'm glad I did. It brings me joy. It brings me joy. I said, I love Andy because I was with him for what, 3 years? Yeah, something like that. So it was just nice. I'm sorry for y'all loss. I'm sorry for my loss because I lost someone special too. So that's all.
What is moving?
Is anybody else here that wants to speak before letting anyone on scene speak?
I really miss her.
I definitely have to talk about my baby sister. I'm Vida, Dolores' older sister, and I can't say anything other than she was my best friend. We did everything together. There's just too many stories to tell. But I think if I'm going to tell a funny one, it has to be when I stole the limousine. And me and her went riding in this limousine down Miami Beach and popped a U-turn, and we drove up and down Miami Beach in this limousine and never laughed so hard. But everything we did was fun, and we laughed so hard about things. I don't even know what I'm going to do without my best friend, but I know she's in a good place, and I love my niece and my nephews, and I'll always be there for you. And I don't know, it's just going to be hard without her. But I don't know what else to say. There's just too many stories, but we'll keep them between me and her.
Hello, I'm Toby. I'm Dolores' older brother. When I left home to go to college, I think she was 3, maybe 4 years old. So most of my time with her has been from afar. We always rallied around our mother for different events and occasions, and always followed her family and her activities over the years. I know she has dealt with health issues for quite a while. She's beyond that now. We're going to miss her enormously. She was always such a sweetheart. Always enjoyed time with her and time with my other sisters. I had 5 sisters, so that was always a little bit of a challenge for the older brother. And she was the youngest of the family. So that may be why she was a little spoiled. I don't know. So we're going to miss her.
Is there anyone else before letting me continue?
Name's Brian, her middle son. Never forget when I first moved out to Colorado. 100% against it. I got to a point where I just couldn't see her hurting anymore after a quadruple bypass. She had a lot of problems lifting her arms in pain. They say to make her Ghirardelli edibles. And she took just a tiny little piece and said, I'm not really feeling nothing yet. So she decided to eat the whole brownie. Come to check on her about 45 minutes later, she's just laid out on the couch. And I asked her, I said, well, how are you feeling? She says, I don't really feel my pain in my chest anymore. And ever since then, like living out there, being able to buy it legally, I was able to get her some, like a soft cream. And she would use that almost every day on her hands and her knees. And it changed her mind about the use of cannabis as a medicinal medical use instead of something people are doing just to get high. And I love my mother very much. She always had the biggest smile you could ever see on someone's face. And it just breaks my heart that I won't see that again. I want to say thank you for everybody that is showing up and everybody that's tuning in on Zoom. I appreciate y'all showing up the way y'all did.
We can announce anyone on Zoom if they will want to.
Okay, if we go one at a time, we can start our friends on Zoom. So whoever wants to go first, just unmute and you can start talking. Please introduce yourself as well. Anybody wanting to memories or words? If you're talking right now, we're unable to hear you. Make sure you unmute your mic.
Did you unmute them on your end?
I didn't mute anybody.
That's enough? Yeah. Yeah, talking.